If you find yourself a development opportunity, the first thing you want to do is get an open day with all of your professional consultants. My name is Ritchie Clapson, I'm a chartered structural engineer and I've been involved in the property industry now over 40 years. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about open days for your consultants. What is an open day and why is it so important? Well, let's assume you've identified a potential project. Let's assume it's a permitted development opportunity. It's a conversion opportunity of an existing building. So this existing building is going to be cut and carved into some other format, perhaps to turn it into residential. That means there's going to be quite a few changes within that building. The layout is going to change. You're going to have additional services going through that building. The structural engineer might need to do some alterations, maybe some steel beams, maybe some columns, definitely some structural alterations of some form. And of course, around all of this is going to be some costs. So what you've got to do, of course, is get professional input. You as the developer, well, you're going to be the CEO, the property CEO. You're going to head the business up overall. And the chances are you don't have enough knowledge to comment on all of those individual technical problems. So imagine this, you've got two choices. You could ring your architect up. You could say to your architect, can you come and have a look round the building with me? The architect will come and have a look round, to have a wander around. Say, that's great, no problem at all. We can create yourself some flats over here and over here. We can take that staircase out. We need to knock those walls down. That's terrific. And then maybe the next day you take the structural engineer around and the structural engineer, she says to you, you can't knock that wall down. We can knock that one down, but not that one. Well, we can knock it down, but it's very, very expensive. What's very, very expensive? I mean, you don't actually know what expensive is, do you, at the moment? Well, yeah, but we can't definitely take that staircase out. That's part of the stability of the building. Oh, my word. What if you then bring the mechanical and electrical consultant around? This is the person that's dealing with the electrics and the plumbing. Oh, we definitely can't connect over there. The bathroom for that flat's going to have to be over here because there's no plumbing over there and the drainages are not in that corner, it's in that corner. Oh, but the architect wants that layout. Well, we'll have to go back to the architect. Okay, and then what about the next day? You bring the cost consultant. Well, this is expensive. What, take that wall down? Well, I mean, very expensive, but to be honest, in the scheme of things, if that gets the value up in the flat, I don't think that's a big problem. Imagine that going on. Imagine the contractor coming around saying, well, that's great, but I mean, where am I going to put all my materials? This is a city centre site. I'd have to put skips down somewhere. I mean, this is a real problem, guys. Okay, we can do it, but it's quite expensive. Imagine all those disconnected conversations going on. Imagine how much time goes on with all those disconnected conversations. And actually, you won't even know where you are. You won't know, where did I start? What have I ended up with? This is why we suggest an open day. So when you're in that point, when you've actually got an offer accepted, okay, so you're moving forward on your project, you've got an offer accepted, and maybe you've built these relationships with these industry professionals, get them all down at the same time. I reckon in an hour, you could do the whole project rather than several hours going backwards and forwards. Even if you have to pay a few of these consultants to turn up, it is well worth it. And if you can, get the project manager to identify maybe a contractor, a willing contractor that's also happy to turn up. They're happy to turn up on the basis that they might well get invited to be on the tender list. The contractor, because it's all about buildability. So imagine if you're there. You've got your structural engineer, you've got your architect, you've got your mechanical and electrical consultant, you've got your cost consultant, maybe stroke project manager and a contractor. Pretty much you've got all the disciplines covered. Maybe even add to that, which is what I like to do, my estate agent, my residential estate agent, assuming I'm taking a commercial building and turning it into residential, because they're going to be talking about the values at the back end. And imagine just being the CEO and setting all of them off, because the architect will probably take the lead. Architects are often lead consultants. The architect might say, look, we're trying to get 8 flats into this existing development. I'm thinking of this, this, and this. And the structural engineer, she says, no, you can't take that wall out. Okay, well, you can, but it's quite expensive. What's expensive, says the cost consultant? That's about £2,000. What value will this flat have if we put it over there with the dual aspect and we take that wall out worth £2,000? Estate agent says, put £10,000 on the price. Well, £2,000, which looked like a lot of money, is not a lot of money. Do you see how this coordination could work? Or maybe it was a problem. Maybe it is expensive. And the structural engineer says, but we can't take that wall out, but we can take the whole of that one out. The architect says, that's great. I can switch that layout around absolutely no problem at all. And you can see how the mechanical and electrical consultant, no problem, we can move the bathroom, says the architect. Won't affect the scheme at all. Estate agent says they're happy with it. Buildability, the contractor says it's fine. Imagine those industry professionals working together. And in an hour, almost sit back and watch. They will almost resolve the whole concept of the scheme for you. That's what I call a professional team open day. Make sure you do one of those when you get your first offer accepted. Hopefully you like what we do here. Please make us any comments below or tell us any other videos you'd like us to cover. And as always, please like and subscribe, and then you'll never miss another video.